Hi, my name is Raylee, and today I want to show you how to get rid of skin tags or warts very quickly in a matter of a day or few days, or sometimes it can even take up to 2 weeks depending on the severity. But during the process, you're going to see a lessening in the size of the skin tags or warts. Now, it is very easy to do and does not require any minor surgery of a sort. We're going to be using just 2 ingredients that is commonly found around us. Now, in certain parts of the world, in countries like Ghana, it is commonly said that when one has skin tags or warts, it is a sign of piles or hemorrhoids, which is scientifically untrue. And I have had a number of patients with skin tags or warts telling me they need a piles medication to treat or to get rid of the skin tag, and I have to always educate them that it is not so, but it's something else. So before we look at what to do to get rid of the skin tags or warts, it is important to first of all understand why you have the skin tags or warts in the first place. And once we get to know the truth or the root cause, we can able to prevent it in the future. And sure enough, a skin tag or wart is an indicator or symptom that something bad is happening in your body that you need to pay attention to. So the purpose of this video, most importantly, is to understand the why behind the symptom, so that not only to get rid of it, but also to prevent it and make sure it doesn't come back in the future. And a skin tag usually presents as folds of skin, usually located at the neck, the armpit, in the face, or any part of the body. And it is a little benign tumor, that is, it is non-cancerous growth due to anabolic activities. And with the years of experience, most patients with skin tags and what that I have seen personally are all women. It is more common in women than in men, and that is not a surprise. Why is that so? There are basically 4 underlying causes of skin tags or warts, and why it is more common in women than in men. And the first underlying cause is estrogen dominance. Women have more estrogen than men, and estrogen is an anabolic hormone which produces or promotes cell growth. And pregnant women tend to have this condition a lot. Therefore, estrogen makes cells grow, which means that foods that contribute to estrogen production are risk factors for skin tags and warts. The next underlying cause is high body fat. The more fat you have or consume, the more estrogen you're going to make, both in men and women, and the higher the chances of developing skin tags or warts. And again, women have 6 to 10% more body fat than men, because estrogen reduces a woman's ability to burn fat, resulting in more fat being stored in the body. So overweight or obese persons are at a higher risk because there's a big association between skin tags and triglyceride consumption. Now, the third underlying cause is human papillomavirus infection. There is a high association between skin tags and warts and HPV and HPV related cancers as well. So I would advise you to screen for HPV if you see skin tags or warts in any part of your body and treat properly. Now, the last underlying cause, which is the major one, is insulin resistance. When you see skin tags or warts on your body, it is always mostly a giveaway of insulin resistance. And there is an interesting piece of information about skin tags, and that is it is more common in persons with type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance, which is really the related underlying cause of type 2 diabetes. And there was a study done on 98 cases of persons with skin tags, and nearly all of them had insulin resistance because of high consumption of sugar. So if you got skin tags, you are 90% likely to be consuming way too much of sugar. And in my experience, even the men who have skin tags on their face, after investigation and history taking, we found out that most of them consume high amount of sugar. And then again, for the women, we know that women like a lot of sweet stuff. So that is why women also have this condition a lot among the population, because they consume way too much sugar, and the sugar product like the cakes, the pastries, which contain refined sugars. So if you are consuming a lot of fructose foods or product, then you are on your way to getting insulin resistant, and that can predispose you to getting skin tags. So if you have skin tags on your face, then it is 90% likely that you have insulin resistance because you are consuming way too much of sugar. So there is a strong association between skin tags and insulin resistance, because when you develop insulin resistance, the mitochondria of your cells will not be connecting with your insulin properly. So your cells don't really get enough insulin to convert to ATP, which is the energy your body needs to. So the body keeps producing more insulin to compensate for the lack of insulin in the cells. And you eventually end up with a dysfunctional mitochondria, which is at the heart of both cancers and benign tumors like skin tags and warts and others. So the number one major underlying cause of skin tags and warts is insulin resistance as a result of consumption of way too much of sugar and refined products, which can also lead to diabetes. So if you have skin tags, then it is a sign or a bad sign that you may get type 2 diabetes in the future, and you need to treat the underlying cause. So you need to fix or reverse insulin resistance as well as estrogen dominance and HPV if you have skin tags, but chances are they are 90% likely to be caused by insulin resistance. And some of the solutions for insulin resistance include keto diet and intermittent fasting. And I'm going to put video links at the end of this video on how to reverse insulin resistance so you can prevent type 2 diabetes or treat your type 2 diabetes if you have one, and also prevent the growth of skin tags after you've gotten rid of the ones in your face already or any part of the body, so they don't come back again. Now let's talk about the simple and easy remedy to get rid of skin tags and warts. We're going to use number 1, garlic cloves. The allicin in garlic is doing the magic. It is anti-cancer, antifungal, antiviral, and anti-inflammatory. The next ingredient is povidone iodine. Iodine inhibits HPV and also treats estrogen dominance by balancing estrogen. And povidone is soluble and less toxic. So this is how you're going to do it. You take fresh garlic cloves, you crush them to get a juice. What we want is the juice from the garlic cloves. And then you drop the juice in a cup, a bowl, or a spoon, and you just add 2 drops of the povidone iodine and get yourself a cotton and dip into the mixture to absorb the mixture, and then put the absorbed cotton on the skin tag directly, and you get yourself a tape or a band-aid and then fix over it. You're going to apply this mixture twice in a day. Now you can prepare some significant amount of the mixture and put in the fridge for at most 2 days to keep it fresh, but I would advise that you prepare the mixture freshly every day. What we want is the fresh garlic every day, okay? And you're going to notice even after using twice in a day, you see a very significant shrinkage in the size of the skin tag, if not gone completely. But it depends on how bad you really have insulin resistance and the other underlying cause. And it can take up to 2 weeks, but you will see a reduction of the skin tags over time once you start applying this mixture. That is povidone iodine and then the juice from the garlic cloves on the skin tags on any part of your body. Now some of the other alternatives you can also use is aspirin powder and water. You make a paste and apply it there, or you can go for celandine or zinc oxide, apple cider vinegar, or oregano oil, but the best result will come from povidone iodine and garlic clove. Again, remember, the most important part of this video is to correct the 4 underlying causes in the first place before doing the treatment. If you thought this video was helpful, kindly give me a thumbs up, and if you have any question, please leave them in the comment section below and I'm happy to answer you. Hey, always remember that God wants you healthy. Your health, your life.